nod. And what else do we? Yeah, that's it. Go ahead, Jeff. Let's mic up. Let's cam up. Let's get Jeff Pliskin on this motherfucker right now. Everybody, put your hands together for today's guest, Jeff Pliskin. There he is, everybody. Yes, in a Canadian tuxedo. Welcome from Bonnie. Thank you so much, Jeff, for being here. Thank you so much. That was the quickest intro I think we've ever done, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little pat on the back for that. Good job, Mike. You did it. You long-winded bastard. You did it. Jeff Pliskin, thank you so much for being here. How you doing, my friend?
Good. Happy Saturday.
Happy fucking Saturday, man. Yeah, you I don't want to call you out this quick, but you're in the car and you're like, I don't want him to see I'm in the car. And I'm sorry I called you out, but I just thought it was so funny. He's like, I got to drive to the city, bro. I'm in the car. I was like, fuck yeah, baby. Let's go. Hey, but Jeff is in Long Beach, New York. Would you call it Long Beach, New York? What is that what you would call it? Or would you just
That's
call
what they call it.
Yeah, because because some people would think it would be Long Beach, California. Very different. Very, very different places indeed. Are you from New York City? Are you from that area?
Yep, New York about all my life.
Nice.
42 years.
Hell yeah.
Let me ask you, how'd you get Optimus Prime to do your intro? Didn't he die? Optimus Prime died, bro.
I have
him back.
I have my ways, my friend. I have my ways.
That was a sick intro, dude.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, get me his info after the podcast. I want to give him a call.
I got you, actually. I for real got you. If you're for real interested, I do got you.
Need some sound bites from Optimus.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I got you, buddy. I got his name is Bentley Michaels. I'll just tell everybody. Bentley is a fixture on this show. His name is Bentley Michaels. He's a voiceover actor out of Salem, Washington.
No way.
Yeah, and he's a good friend of ours, of the show, good friend of mine, and he stood us up the other day, but it was great. We still had a good time. Fucking dick. Fuck you, Bentley.
I thought it was like a computer app or something, but you actually have a dude that sounds like him. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. It's an actual person that I paid money to do it, even though he's my friend.
Money.
I did pay money. No, by the way, that was like the most bullshit thing I could have said was like I paid money, even though he's my friend. I don't care if your artist is if an artist is your friend. Don't try to fucking lowball them. All right, fucking pay them what they're worth, you assholes. Would you agree with that, Jeff? I don't know. Like, are you one to cut deals for friends with your photography?
Well, there's a standard rate, and I've actually been explaining it. Like, once you get the standard rate, it's really easy.
Yeah.
There's a video rate, per day rate. But even though I don't want to mention this guy's name, DJ Khaled, because I don't really listen to this dude, but he actually posted something. He posted something that was something that I relate with. He said that he worked for free for 6 years, just getting into the industry, meeting all these Jamaican legends. And then on the 7th year, he made $1 million. Wow. And that's pretty much I relate. Like for like 5-6 years, I was doing free shit for everybody. And then finally I got noticed, and my first video was like $5,000 and then 10 grand. And then, after that, you kind of establish a rate of what you want. And, like you got to understand, it's not always about money. It's about like, all right, you can't do this. Then what's the exchange? Like, what can we do here?
Yeah.
And I did that with a couple of up and coming bands like 10 years ago who were like no names at the time. So we did a trade off where it's like, all right, I'll do a video for you, but you're going to wear my shit for like 5 years.
Yes.
And it's just, one hand washes the other, and it's like, it's a mutual respect. And I think I was talking about it with my boy Kosher Dills last night. He's like this rapper dude from New York. He's kind of blowing up right now. And I was with him last night, and it's kind of like, you set your standards, and you kind of like, you have a crew. And it's like, he was talking about the mobster crew. And like, if you look at like Goodfellas movies or Sopranos movies, you always see the same like Goombas in like every movie. Right?
Right.
And he told me this. I didn't even understand that. I didn't realize until yesterday. He told me that they had like a little thing going on for like 10 years. Like, listen, we're all gonna like hype each other. Like, if I get a movie part, I'm gonna get all my friends in the movie part. And I see the same thing going on in like this reggae scene, where it's like we kind of look out for each other. And it doesn't matter what people say on Facebook. People can say all the shit they want. In the end, it's like, if there's friendship involved, and people have each other's backs, they're gonna have your back. And that's what I do. I have my friends' backs. So it's like, in a brotherhood, there's always gonna be bullshit. Like, I dealt with one band. I was in San Diego for like 2 months last year, and we had some like interesting situations, but at the end of the day, I still have their back and they still have mine. They're
Who
coming
was
out
the
to New
band?
York. I'm not going to mention, but like, at the end of the day, it's like they're still coming out this spring to play for me.
You goddamn right.
And I'm still going over there to do videos for them. So it's like, you got to understand, loyalty is royalty.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm really into. Like, fuck feelings and fuck how you felt. Like, if you can communicate it, tell me how you feel about it. Let's work on it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Are we good? All right, let's move on.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that, like, when you have that loyalty, like, you can only go up, up, and up. And that's right. Going back to the whole rate thing. No, I don't think people should take advantage and do free shit. I know a few people doing it, but at the end of the day, it's like the person doing the free stuff. If they have a big picture game plan, then good for them. But if they're doing free shit and they're expecting like, all right, I'm going to get blessed. It's like, you can't wait on someone to bless you. You have to do it yourself. So it's like, for me, in 2007, 8, and 9, when I was doing free videos for everybody, I had a big picture. It's like, I'm going to stop. After year 3 or 4, I'm going to stop. And it didn't even come to that. Like, I was right around 2009, I was just blessed with, oh, you did this video and that video? All right, cool. So we're going to put you on, talk to the manager and tell him how much you want. And that's how the ball starts rolling. And it's about, moreover than loyalty, it's about perseverance. So it's like, are you going to deliver? So for me as a filmmaker, it's like, you deliver the videos. And then when you start impressing management and the artists, like, yo, this guy's good. Like, we want a video, he's good. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with personality. It has nothing to do with, like, do we like him? Do we not like him? It's more like that guy or that girl, they're going to get it done. Yeah. And we're going to keep going back to them. And I just feel like at my peak, like when I first started blowing up, all of a sudden I see like internet stuff, like, fuck that guy. He's not that good. He's friends with these guys. That's why. And it's like, I was never used to that. Yeah. It's like, what the hell is this?
Internet stuff. Yeah. Fuck that
it's
shit.
like, wow, I'm like seeing all this crazy shit, like rumors and made up shit. Mm-hmm. And I remember Kyle from Slightly Stupid, like, he told me, he's like, dude, just ignore it because you're under a microscope now. Like, now people see that you're doing these videos, like, anything you write on the internet is going to be like torn apart. So I took that advice and like, past like 6, 7, 8 years, like all you see on my Facebook is like, here's a photo. Yeah. Here's a video. You don't see my fucking opinions on shit. It's like, the only opinion I'll give is like, yeah, that's a good photo. Yeah. On someone else. Like, I'll never talk about my own shit. I think, you got to keep it humble. Just like, here's a photo. You hate it? All right, cool. You like it? Awesome. It's a good memory. Yeah. Here's a video, like the Rokaz video. I got my opinions about it. Like, I was, for New Year's Eve, I was with Gary Dredd and Rick. And Gary was telling me like the movement saw the video and they were like, oh shit. And I told Gary, I'm like, it could be better. But it's all artistic interpretation. I feel like in the movement's case, it's like they see this dude that's like I said, he's like, I'm loyal. One phone call, it's like, where do you want to do it? What are the terms? Let's go. Yeah. So it's about being reliable and loyal and knowing that you have a soldier, Yeah. And anyway, that's my little rant. on the
Well,
whole rate thing.
well, no, I,
Um,
I appreciate that because I think you hit on a lot of interesting points that we can kind of dive deeper in. It's like you're kind of talking about building a network, like your network is your net worth, that whole thing, and you know you're talking about someone who shows up and gets the job done, and it might be he might be the best, he might be okay, but the thing about this kind of business is like you don't have to be the greatest in the world. It helps. But if you show up on time and you have a good name, like he was saying, it's
I
like,
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say
okay,
showing up
please.
on time.
Okay. Are you late all the time? Like, it's like, what?
I'm an artist.
I
Like I
got you.
even hit you up.
Okay,
I'm like,
my
dude, I
bad.
need 10
Showing up
minutes.
ready to work. Let's say that.
Oh yeah.
Showing
Yeah.
up ready to work and like having your shit down, knowing your equipment, knowing your music for musicians.
Not showing up is I've seen so much fuckery, dude, over the past like 15 years. Like not showing up, and I'm talking about an artist too, like a big time artist. Like,
Who?
dude, I'm not gonna drop names,
I'm sorry.
but it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
you can't not show up.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I am gonna drop this name though, because this is like apart from the reggae scene. I feel like the reggae scene is so tight knit, and like my loyalty to the reggae scene is I'm not gonna throw people. I wouldn't even say throw people under the bus. It's just like, like it could be interpreted as like, oh, like listen, man, I've had my yin and yang bad days too over the past 15 years, and I'm always trying to be better and the best I can. But I'll tell you something. This dude Peter Green from Pulp Fiction, I've known this. He played Zed. Zed is Dead, the cop.
Yeah.
Where Bruce Willis at the end, the girl's like, "Where's Zed?" And he's like, "Zed's dead, baby.
Zed's dead."
So
yeah,
I was very fortunate. Probably like 10 years ago, I was at like one of those Goomba, like soprano type of parties where I was doing photos, and I met all those dudes, and I became friends with Peter Green.
Oh, nice.
He's just like, yo, dude, I love your style of taking photos, because I do like this ninja shit where I do a whole spiel to it. Like I'll like circle, and we exchange numbers. And for the past 10 years, he's been doing projects with me on and off. So I'm doing my first film, and dude, I flew everybody out for this. And like, I flew Angelo from Fishbone.
Oh, nice.
Kyle Rising, Sensi Trails, a couple of models, and and Kosher Dills was in it. And Pete's part was like the classic, like soprano style, just like a 2-second part. And the dude, he never showed up, right?
Oh.
So like that was one thing we had to like work with it. And then he ended up FaceTiming me like a week later. He's like, yo, dude. He's like, I didn't forget, man. Let's reschedule. So it's kind of like you got to work around that stuff. Like you can't get feelings involved. Like you can't be like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Right.
You gotta look at the big picture. It's like, all right, cool. Like what dates work? And if anything, it was like a blessing in disguise, because I ended up hitting up like, John Phillips, the manager for Slightly Stupid. He wants to be in it. I'm talking to Miles, the singer, to be in it. So it's like, in everything in art, it's kind of like, especially independent film, it's like molding clay. Like, where's this gonna go? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is not a big studio project with producers and timelines. This is a passion project. So I'm pretty psyched on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a crazy part. Like the dude didn't show up, so we had to like improvise. So we gave Angelo from Fishbone his part, and he fucking crushed it. Like, just imagine like watching like a black dude from South Central LA, like speaking like an Italian mobster. It's fucking hilarious.
Is this out?
He loved it.
Is this out and about?
It's not. No, we just filmed it like last month.
Oh, so. Okay. So this is coming out soon.
Yeah, I tried. Like, it's a 15-minute. It's a 15-minute independent film.
Oh, dope.
And we're gonna shoot. Yeah, it's called Skull Kiss.
Is that your first independent film you've thrown your ring in the hat, or hat in the ring for?
I filmed a movie called The Optimistic Yes with Angelo like 7 years ago.
Oh, cool.
But that was, even though I directed it, it was more his film. It was his story, his editing. Like he sat with me like editing on Adobe Premiere.
Gotcha. And
we got into like a few film festivals. We got Trauma Film Fest, which is like Toxic
Avenger. No, Trauma? That's so dope. Yeah, I loved Trauma growing up, man. Toxic Avenger. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we were on the panel with Toxic Avenger. He was like standing there with his mop, like right next to us. It was fucking crazy, dude.
It's tight.
So we were in there. We were in like Philly, LA Film Fest, and we have a thing in Brooklyn called Afropunk,
Yeah.
which is like they highlight like African American bands,
Mm-hmm.
and they premiered our film. So
That's
we've been
dope.
blessed with that. But this is like my first film where I wrote it and I'm producing it, and like producing is like a real pain in the ass, just like editing. Animation, it's like, dude, you gotta fly people out, you gotta get
fuck
money.
Animation. I'm sorry, I just all morning since 5 a.m. I've been fucking animating and I hate it. So you triggered me, my friend. You triggered me, but
What are you using? Using Adobe?
No, fucking Final Cut. I hate Final Cut.
That's your problem.
Yeah, I know. Look, I get it.
Adobe has a new program called Animate. Adobe Animate.
What is it? Please.
You just put it in. See, I got a guy who does like cartoons of like reggae people. So anyway, we were talking about it. You just drop the image into the timeline, and Animate has all the presets, kind of like Instagram, like move arm, move leg.
Wow. The times we live in, friend.
We should talk after the podcast.
I'm down. Yo, I mean, I was looking at just this morning, looking at Premiere, like, I really should just be in Premiere. This is stupid. Like,
dude, it's life-changing. Like, I've been using it for like 15 years. Yeah. I could do it with my eyes closed.
Yeah, Final Cut sucks like, ass.
Final Cut's a pain. I tried it. It's just fucking annoying.
It's a pain in the ass. It really is. And there's no, like, you get stuck in these, like, not very intuitive kind of corners. And it's just like, okay, I guess I'm just going to do this weird workaround. And that sucks that you have to do workarounds on a professional, editing suite. So whatever. It was free for me. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But now that I have money, a little money, I'm not saying I'm rich or anything, but
Adobe's like, I should get money for advertising them, but it's like, you do like a monthly, it's like $20-$30 a month.
Yeah. That my wife has it. That's the thing. My wife has Premiere and she has the monthly thing. And here I am like a fucking dope with my fucking Final Cut Pro, like some kind of fucking asshole. But yeah, I agree. We have a question from the chat here, and well, maybe we'll wait for Morby to come back. We'll wait for Morby to come back because this is Morby's question. So it's actually kind of funny. We'll re-ask it. Did you pick your parking spot on purpose with the magnificent lighting? Damn, I missed the sun.
I got this. All right, so I'll tell you what I'm doing. I got like a million hands. I got the film business. And, while I'm like filming, I started making stickers. Oh. So I think like Snoop Dogg posted my sticker on his Twitter like 10 years ago. And that's part of the reason my shit blew up. So I'm like, all right, let me make shirts now. And then when I was on tour with Slightly Stupid, I would just bring boxes of shirts on tour and the band would wear it and yada, yada. Fortunate Youth.
Nice.
So, now I'm very fortunate, pardon the pun, but I'm fortunate to have a little fan base where I mail out like 10 or 20 packages like every week, nice steady flow. And so I'm at the post office and I have the one spot where I park. I got unlimited green tea at Panera Bread. So I get my green tea. I meditate in my car. I mail my shit out. So it's like,
that's so dope, dude. I love that you were able to take this name and take what you do and turn it into something that where you actually are like mailing out physical, pieces of art and stuff. I have a couple of the t-shirts with racist propaganda on the back, and it's for different things. Like there's one for Mariana. She had a radio show in Sacramento. And she gave me one.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my girl, man.
Yeah, she's the homie. Yeah, she's my girl, bro. She's my girl.
No, she's mad cool. I haven't seen her in like 4 years.
Yeah, she had a baby and stuff. Yeah, she's great.
That what was it? It was
I can't remember.
She had a podcast.
Yeah, it was a podcast.
It was the she had like the muffin as well.
Yes, Ragamuffin Radio.
Ragamuffin Radio.
Thank
dude,
you.
She's cool. She's like a hip hop. That's what I like about her. Like she was just like old, like underground hip hop, like trip hop type of shit.
Yeah.
And last time I hung out with her was Slightly Stupid Berkeley in 2017.
Nice.
And the thing about her is like, everyone's like, oh, Slightly Stupid, but she was more psyched on like meeting Charlie Tuna, who's like the Jurassic 5 dude, you know.
Yeah.
And so I took a photo of her with Charlie Tuna. I did my like crazy. So she's mad cool. Yeah, I'd probably bless her with some shirts.
So yeah, it was her and like another like random. I can't remember who it was, but I got it at Cali Roots or whatever, cause playing or something. You know, like if you're an artist, people are just throwing shirts at you. So it's like that was one of the things. But I actually wanted to bring that up just because I was at the gym here in fucking Bumfuck, Ohio, and
Bumfuck.
Yes, Bumfuck. It's right next to Shit Stain, Ohio. Is
that off Route 66?
It's off Route 666, bro. I was at the gym. It was at the local YMCA, and some old fucking dude came up to me and was offended by raised fist propaganda.
And dude, I got stories, dude. Oh my!
And I had to sit there and defend myself, and I was like, dude, it's a fucking shirt. Get away from me.
Because the back of the shirt has like a fist, right? Kind of like the Black Panthers back in the 70s. So not to cut you off.
No, please go.
4 or 5 years ago, I was in Texas.
I like where this is going.
We were at a diner, and like these two cowboys, like the dude literally had a cowboy hat. He's like, "What's up? Is that like, what is that?" Like they think the logo is kind of like fuck the government, or
that's exactly what it
anti.
Is.
So I just give them a very commercial. I'm just like, yo, it's a skate company from New York. Like, relax.
Yeah.
And it really shuts people up. Like, oh, what is that supposed to mean? I'm like, it's supposed to mean skateboard company. New York City. What's up?
Can you just shut the fuck up and just understand that you just shut the fuck up? Let's show off some of this shit, man. Let's get some let's get some shit going here. This is oh, hold on, let me get you in here as well. Boom, there he is. So here's his merch right here. If you guys want to go check out, look, Angela Moore, you guys, nice. Look at this. Look at this shit, man. Look at all.
So that goes back to what I was saying with like the money aspect. So with Angelo.
No way, is this Wu-Tang design yours?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I totally tried to bite that.
I sent that to Ric Flair, dude, and they posted it on his Facebook, and then he gave me a shout out. I have the shout out. I posted it as well.
That's fucking rad.
But the shit's obviously like shit's obviously low key. But let me tell you a thing with what was I talking about? Oh, with Angelo. So with Angelo, it's kind of like, you know, be in my movie. So I'm like, I'm gonna pay you X amount. And then he's like, I want you to get my flights or whatever. And I'm like, all right, let's do a pin. So like, you kind of want to, you know, negotiate what you want. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now I get a cool Angelo Moore pin, you know? Like
yeah.
Full permission.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, and so like you're seeing these, and so when he was talking about people stopping him in Texas and stuff, you know, there's these raised fists. That's probably not great. There you go. There's like a raised fist.
That's Jimbo. So that's cool. Jimbo Phillips. He, you know, his dad did like the Santa Cruz logo, the screaming hands.
Oh, cool.
It's cool. Yeah, I hit him up. Like I hit him. So let me tell you a story about this. So like when I first started doing it, I just made like random goofy shirts and shit. And then probably about 7 or 8 years ago, I'm like, let me get real artists to like draw. Let's make this a legit company. So I got Jimbo Phillips, who does the screaming hand. I got Opie from Sublime. He did like maybe 10 or 15 of my designs. So it's pretty cool to like bring like legendary artists
to like
into.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're right.
No, it was exciting. I just started talking over. Yeah, it's so cool that you have people send you designs. It's
cool.
Shit. Hell yeah, you know, that's like, real cool, man. That's really cool.
That's my cartoon guy. That was Razwan from Long Beach Double All Stars. That's nice. Like I said, that was like a
Pinto.
Deal where like,
that son of a bitch. There he is. Look at him.
Oh, you know Pinto?
I do know Mike. He's used to live with my homegirl. And my homie
in OB.
Yeah.
Yo, well, look at this.
Oh, look at you! Look at you representing OB. I miss OB desperately, man. It's 20 degrees.
I might be going back. My boy Kyle Rising from Sensi Trails. He's gonna sublet it to me.
Oh, nice.
So I think if teaching goes remote in New York, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Oh,
I'm
for sure.
Chill in San Diego.
What kind of teacher are you?
I've been teaching for about 18 years.
Wow, that's really cool.
High school English.
High school English, like public school?
Public school, kid.
God damn. How do you like that, man?
You know, it's what I do. You
That's
know,
what I do. It's what I do.
I'm not gonna bullshit you and be like, I'm saving people. It's like, listen, my first 3 or 4 years, I was like, they have this joke, teacher joke, where it's like your first few years, it's like you're up to students, like you're right behind them, like, what do you need? You need pencils, you need extra help. It's like after 18 years, you know, it's kind of like it's what I do. And like I still love what I do. And but it's like, you know, it's like being a parent almost, man. But you have like multiple kids. It's like really crazy, man.
Oh yeah, totally, man. Teaching is a
but
whole other thing.
Man, I got stories, man. I have students like after 15 years hit me up on Facebook. Like one dude's in like Jamaica. He's like a huge fitness trainer, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, you're like bigger than me now. I taught him when he was like in 10th grade.
That's tight.
And I'm like, holy shit, dude. And he's like bigging me up like my teacher, and I'm like, holy shit.
That's awesome, man. I mean, like you do make it. That's the thing about teaching is that you do make an impact on people's life, whether you realize it or not. And the fact that people are still like reaching out to you and sort of like, hey, what's up, teach? You know, I think that's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful thing to be able to look back and be like, hey, at least I accomplished this, you know. How was it? How was it going through the pandemic as a teacher last year? I mean, it seemed like a big shit show over there.
I don't complain.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't like a lot of people use Facebook and Instagram like to be a mirror. Like, let me complain about shit. Yeah. Let's see how many people like.
Let's just put out negative shit constantly. That sounds cool. Yeah.
I use Facebook as a tool.
Yep.
For my art. Art is my release. Like for example, this is a Saturday morning, right? So I teach all week and I deal with a lot of stress that I don't really talk about. So my Saturdays and Sundays, like I drink my green tea. I sit in the sun in a fucking parking lot. I do a podcast. Like that shit makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So, how do I feel about what's going on? Instead of bugging out, we went remote. So I bought a one-way ticket to Miami. I was in Miami for 2 months. And then after that, like Kyle Rising from Sensi Trails called me up. He's like, yo, I got your number from Tim. I want to do a video. I flew to San Diego. I fucking crashed on this dude's couch for like a month in San Diego. I would wake up at 5 a.m. San Diego to teach my 8 o'clock Zoom class.
Nice.
And Kyle's like, dude, it would be like 5 a.m. and I'm hearing you like, good morning, class. We have like this little inside joke. I just talked to him yesterday. He's like, yo, rent out my place. I'm like, that sounds sick. And that's what I appreciate about this scene. It's like you make so many like friendships. And it's like, holy shit. Like if I wasn't in the scene, I'd just be like stuck in New York. Like when my neighbor's like, hey, you want to go get a beer? Where it's like in the reggae scene, it's like you're from Ohio. It's like, yo, dude, like what's going on in Ohio? Maybe I'll come out. Like, hey, Kyle, like what's going on in San Diego? Maybe I'll fly out for the weekend and like do some cool shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you completely. It's like being a part of the scene, because I was in San Diego for 13, 14 years, and I lived in OB. I love San Diego. It's my favorite.
You want to hear a story?
Sure, I'd love it.
What years were you there?
2006 to 2018 or 2017.
Okay, so that's literally when my ship like blew up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm aware of you, sir. I've known about you for years.
I want to tell you a story though about OB, because it has a very special place in my heart when it comes to my story. So it's like, 2005, 2004, 5, my first years of like teaching, I made some real money. I bought like a professional camera, right?
Yeah.
Yo, the shit cost me like $1,600. And at the time, it's like when you're broke, like that's a lot of money.
That's everything. Yeah.
So it was a Nikon D80. And the funny thing is, like, if you go on eBay, the shit's like $50, $100 now. Because everyone's got like the Sony A7 and yada yada.
Yeah.
But yo, I still shoot with the fucking Nikon D80.
No way.
Can't even find it. Can't find it anywhere. And Gary Dredd told me this. He's like, dude, it doesn't matter what equipment you use. It's about your fucking style. Yeah. If you have style that people like. So I realized, I'm like, dude, so I have 2005 style. Like, I don't give a fuck. If like my style, when people see my photo, it's like my photo. Now, I'm going to be clear. It doesn't mean I'm better than anyone. It doesn't mean my shit's amazing. I mean, some people think my shit's annoying with the fisheye,
Well,
but at the
it's
same,
washed out. Like I know it's blown out. I'm sorry, not washed out. It's kind of blown out, and I'm not criticizing because I dig
yeah,
what you're
black
doing.
and white,
Yeah, and it's like it reminds me of those old school band photos that you see back. I mean, even in the
1980.
'90s and shit too, man. Like you
Yep,
saw that kind of
that's my
style
shit.
in the '90s and shit. Yeah, so I totally get where you're going. So like you're completely conveying the message, and so
Yeah.
good
So I
on you,
got this
sir.
camera, and I'm like, all right, let me start shooting shit that I like, right? So I would shoot like local skaters and skateboarders at my skate shop. It was called Special Sauce Skate Shop. And if you're from Long Island, New York, like that shit was like the mecca. Like they had like Pharrell come out. It was like a hip hop breakdance and skateboard store. It was so sick. So I'm trying to make my way in as like a 24, 25-year-old, like, you know, fresh off got a new camera. So whatever, I had these skate photos, but nothing crazy. And then I met this chick in Brooklyn, and then we hung out for a little bit, and then she ended up moving to like Wisconsin of all places. So we kept in touch. We're like, yo, let's just like meet up every couple of months and like, you know, because we liked each other. So I was like, yo, let's meet in San Diego. Nice. You know, let's meet at like a warm spot. So we ended up going to Mission Beach, right? Because I always liked Mission Beach.
Yeah, it's nice.
And we rented bikes. I'll never forget that day, man. Like, I was like, yo, I like to ride bikes. I'm like, let's ride bikes into OB. And we rented the bikes. It was like $20 for the day or whatever. And we rode, this is like 2008, 2009. We rode into OB, and there's like flyers for this guy, Sasha Man, which is this dude from Hawaii. And, you know, I'm a reggae head, and I was like, yo, I got to see this guy. He's sick.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck it, let's go. So
Winston's?
There's a place back in the day called Cane's.
Yeah, Cane's in Mission Beach, right?
It is no longer.
Right. It was Beachcombers and Cane's or something. Not Beachcombers.
It was Cane's. It was
Cane's and then something else, and now it doesn't exist.
It's like Surf Bar, and it's some Greedo shit now. But it looks really cool, though. It's kind of like Vegas. Like, they pimped it out.
Oh, no good.
But it was like...
Oh, that's cool.
Cane's was sick, man.
Yeah,
like,
it was. I loved it. Yeah.
So we're... So at the time, there's this opening dude. His name was C Money. Right. And he was like this trumpet dude. But we were there to watch Sasha Man. So C Money's like, you know, playing with his trumpet. I'm like taking photos of this dude, and he's like, yo, I'm playing the OB festival like tomorrow. You should come out. And OB, like, they cleared out the parking lot, and they had a big stage. And you know, it was fucking awesome. It was like right off Newport Avenue.
Yeah.
Right.
Right at the end, and right by the beach, right in front of the beach. It's fucking amazing.
Right in front of the beach, and like C Money's playing, and Kyle from Slightly Stupid was there. OG was there, and that's the first time I met all these dudes in person. And I took photos of them, and we all got fucking lit. And they were like, "Yo," it was like so like nonchalant. It was like, "Yo, we like your vibe. Like, come on tour with us." I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't even ask. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I've never done a tour. I've never done a tour, like, and I've heard of you guys from the song they did with G Love, Mellow Mood. Like, that's like my favorite song of all time by them. Like, Mellow Mood, like, that was like my breakup song. Like, when I broke up with my girl back in like 2004, 2005, like, I would like send her that video on like MySpace, you know, like. Right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, baby.
So I was like, holy shit, like, I'm gonna go on tour with these guys who did that Mellow Mood song. And so 2 weeks later, they're like, you know, we're like, C Money's like, yo, we're going on tour with Snoop Dogg. I'm like, oh my fucking God. So, you know, so that was my OB story. Like, damn. I literally met the band.
Wait, hold on, wait a second. You didn't know that the tour was with Snoop Dogg? Is that what you just said? Is that you
gotta understand, dude. Like, it's different now. Yeah. You know, before Cali Roots,
yes,
you know, there's like this scene now where like internet and Cali Roots and festivals, there's no reggae rise up. There's no Cali Roots. There are no photographers. There's like a million photographers now that are all good. But yo, I was the only motherfucker, like they didn't have like official like 5, 6, 7 camera people every fucking show.
Right.
They had nobody. They had, so the only thing that was Cali reggae oriented was like the Slightly Stupid tour. So it's like that year, 2009, it was Slightly Stupid, Snoop Dogg. And I just made a lot of friends, like all the like OGs, you know, DJ Unite, Green Tea, people who are no longer with us.
Carlos Culture, man, he was like
I never met that dude, but just like
he was just part of the scene there. He's just a big head
I know
in the
him.
scene.
I know of him. Yeah, I met his wife or his daughter. I don't know. I met somebody recently that was related to. But long story short, dude, you know, it was just very organic. And like 2009, 10, 11, 12, they're like 5-6 years up until like 14, the shit was just like Slightly Stupid tour. And I remember 2015, all of a sudden, like Cali Roots just blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it became a thing. And like all of a sudden, like a million new fans like came out of nowhere.
And bands.
For the bands, it's a great thing. It's, you know, generates money, generates fans. For me, it's kind of like all of a sudden I'm surrounded by like 20 new photographers. Everyone's talking shit because they think they're better than you.
Yeah.
And they probably are better than me. But, you know, that's like the year that I realized I'm like, oh, now it's a competition type of thing. So I had to like navigate and realize like, how do you handle that? So you have to be creative. You have to like do other things rather than just photography. So like I went into like clothing, I went into marketing, and like you got to open your stuff up and like change. Like if you don't know how to change, you're fucked.
You are.
And like, dude, I just remember seeing like that year in 2015. And once again, I'm not going to mention names, but everybody knows like there's 1 or 2 photographers, and it's like, you know, you get a camera, like, of course they're going to give you a photo pass, you know, but like, you know, within a year they were gone because they didn't know how to act, I guess.
Yeah. It's
like
true.
You can't go on Facebook every day and fucking talk shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You can't do that.
Well, I mean, it's a new generation of people, you know, people who grew up on the internet. Like there's moments where me and you, and we're about the same age, where we didn't have the internet. I mean, we had some kind of weird amalgamation of it, but it wasn't what it is now. So it's like there's a whole new generation of people who came up on the internet and only know how to express themselves on the internet. And like,
you got to tread lightly now, man.
Yes,
like,
you do.
Bro, you go on my Facebook, all I got is like a photo, a video. Like, dude, you say one opinion, you're going to lose half your fucking fan base, dude.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel? How does that make you feel about?
I feel like I told you earlier, like fuck feelings. Like, it's not about feelings. It's about being smart. Like, what am I going to do now to fucking navigate? The end goal is to be relevant. So yes, I'm going to talk shit right now. Like after 15 years, I'm still here. So it's like, how do you want to get to that point where like, you're always going to be relevant? Slightly Stupid, 25, 30 years in the game. It's like, you have to navigate and you got to change shit up when you need to. Now, will I ever change my camera style? Fuck no. I'm not going to get, I'm not going to lie. I got the Sony A7, it's beautiful. The photos are beautiful, but like, it's not me. Like, even though I post these beautiful Sony A7 photos, that shit's not me, dude. So like, I'm going to sell it on eBay. It's like, I'd rather stick with my Nikon D80. And I feel like it's like having like someone, like a girlfriend. It's like, you break up with your girlfriend because you want like, maybe it gets boring, maybe it gets old. And same thing with boyfriend, girlfriend, like, our time has passed. Let me see if I can get better. And it's like, then you realize like, holy shit, you got to stick with the loyal,
Yeah,
like
loyalty.
The Sony, even though the Sony's like physically beautiful, like the shit makes you feel empty when you post it. So it's like, I got to go back to the Nikon D80 because that's my wife. It's like, that shit makes me feel great inside, even though it's not perfect, even though the shit's sometimes washed out and blown out, at the same time, like it's loyal and like that's my style.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but
it is, man, because I feel like you found your voice or you found your style on a certain instrument. You know, like if you're thinking about it in musical terms, you know, I found my style on this, you know, 335 Gibson or whatever, and this is my shit now, you know. And you can play other guitars that are even more expensive and beautiful and made by the best craftsmen in the world. But at the end of the day, you just want your old guitar back because that's Old Faithful. You know her inside and out. You've been in every position with her. You know, like you've gone in, down, inside, outside. You know everything about that, and so like
Bro,
that's your comfort.
And sorry for cutting you off. I hear I cut a lot of people off, but that just reminds me, like, so this dude Roz One, you know, he was the singer of the Long Beach Sub All Stars back in the day. And, you know, being in this business, it's like, I'm very fortunate to like meet all these people that's like, holy shit. Like, dude, I'm a Sublime fanatic, obviously Long Beach Sub All Stars.
Oh, yeah.
So my boy John is like, yo, can you do a video for this dude? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And, so I'm over at this dude's house this past summer, man. And, it's like, where on one aspect, you got all these fans who are like, you're the guy from the Sublime crew. You're the guy from like Long Beach Sub All Stars. I'm looking at him. Yo, I'm in this guy's house, and you just reminded me. He's got like all these guitars on the wall, and I'm like a director. Like I stand in the back of the room and I kind of scope out like how people act and what they're about. Yo, this dude took off. And if he ever watches this, I don't know if he's gonna get pissed if I mispronounce it, but it looked like a white like Les Paul, like an old school looking like Johnny Cash guitar. Oh my god! For 3 days when we're filming this video, this guy's like fucking on the couch, like hugging this guitar. Like, I love this guitar.
Yeah.
And it's like, I relate. It's like, yo, that's his fucking instrument.
That's
like,
his D80 or D90, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like for me, like my camera's my camera, but for him, it's like that guitar. Like, he was so psyched on it. He's like, I love this thing. Holy shit, I love this thing. Yeah. And it's like, damn, dude. Like when my takeaway from leaving that guy's house is like passion. Like, that guy's passionate about music, and you know, it's like every artist you meet has their little spiel. So I'm just very fortunate. Like, everybody I meet, it's like I get a takeaway. Yeah. And I really try not to get feelings based about it, because like a lot of people get butthurt. Well, they're not calling me or they're not taking my calls. It's like, yo, just shut the fuck up. Enjoy the experience of like meeting somebody and working with them. And that's like, keep it moving on to the next. Yeah. And I feel like my workflow has improved when feelings, and I'm not saying be a fucking robot. Of course, like, you know, say your I love yous and appreciation and all that shit. Yeah. And also, if someone pisses you off, let them know. Yeah. Like, yo, I love you, but I'm going to keep that shit real with you. Like, this is where I fucking disagree with you. Yeah. So, but from an artist point of view, like, seeing each artist and like their passion for what they do is pretty fucking amazing. And same thing with photographers. Like, I guess there's this weird thing where photographers are supposed to hate each other. Like, I actually have a couple of favorite photographers. Like, I appreciate their style because it's just not me. Like, there's this one girl, she does like,
oh, I'm sorry. You're about to tell me.
No, there's this one girl, she does like, all her photos are like a little like saturated, either like heavy oranges or heavy grays. Like, that's like such cool style. And she was like the first to do that. And I see all the people trying to copy her style.
What's her name?
And like, I'm not gonna divulge.
Oh, okay, no worries. I didn't think you were talking shit about her. You were giving her props.
Oh, not at all. But I just want to. I'm talking shit about the others that are like copying her style.
Gotcha. No, it's all good, baby. I like, play the cards close to your vest, brother. I feel you.
But so she does this like red and gray style, and like, dude, I saw like 3 or 4 other people just start copying her shit. And it's like, dude, I can easily do that. Like, turn my shit into orange and gray, but it's like, not my style. Yeah. You know, like, it's not about like, hey, look at me, like, I'm doing the cool new shit. It's more like, you gotta be consistent in like who you are, and be like, the more authentic you are to yourself, the more you're gonna succeed. Like, even with your podcast, like, dude, you just had like floating Betty Whites during my video. Like, I've done a few podcasts, I never seen shit like that. So now you're gonna stick at it. In my mind, I'm gonna be like, all right, Christy, like, you know, the girl that hooked us up. Yes. Like, like that was an interesting podcast, and you know, the Optimus Prime shit. Like, you got to do things that are authentic, that stand you out from the rest, and like don't worry about what everyone else is doing. And there's no need to like copy or bite people's shit, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Um,
What? Please finish.
but I think one negative thing I will say about myself is I'm part of the passion also comes that territorial thing, and it might be a New York thing where it's like when people bite my shit, like I really I get fucking a little annoyed.
Wow.
And you know, there are a few people like either photography wise or like branding wise I've reached out to, like, what's up?
Wow,
Like,
man.
word up.
Yeah, how do you handle that? How do you go about
I
that?
handle it like you know, like a fucking professional. Like, you gotta speak face to face, and if you can't, you fucking do it email to email. Like, you don't put this shit on Facebook and be like, fuck that person, they're copying me. You go, what's up? Like, what's up? But I think over the years, people are like, yo, that's flattery. Just like, stop getting pissed. So like,
it's like, yo, people like what you're doing, so they try to do it too.
Yes, you know, like,
I like that. I like, but so then you're getting a little bit softer on that idea of people biting.
I've gotten a lot in the past year. I think last time I hit somebody up, I'm like, yo, you're biting my shit. And then, you know, we're friends. And then at the end of the day, it's like, yo, it's all good. You know, I just want to let you know. And then the other person. So as long as you can keep like a friendship going, it's not about like alienating or saying.
Yeah.
But I'm from New York. I'm the first who's going to call you out on some bullshit.
It hurts when people bite and have more success than you, though. Not gonna lie. That's what Reina said.
I mean, what is success? You know,
yeah.
like,
Well, yeah, right. What is it to you?
Everything's relative. I mean, I know for me, it's like my shit's out there. Like, that's it. Like, I could put my feet up and just let the shit fucking go on for itself. Like, I think in the NFT world, what's the term? It's like you buy an NFT, like an image, and then it sells again, and then someone else buys it and it sells. Oh, you get the residuals, right?
Yes.
So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, whatever, man. You know, like, if we're all like benefiting from it, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, take it
for
flattery.
To the moon, Pizza Jam says. You're an NFT guy. Are you invested in the crypto?
Not yet. Like, people are like whispering in my ear about it. Like, it's very interesting.
Converting your art into a non-fungible token. That's what Pizza Jam's into.
Yeah, like, I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, me neither. That's why one day I'm going to talk to Pizza Jams and see if we can figure out how to mint something, because I want to mint some kind of art. I think it's just cool. You know what I mean? And the possibilities are pretty interesting.
I don't care about it being cool. I care about, like, I do. Dude, you can make $1 million.
Yeah, right.
Shit. Like,
but that's what's cool about it. Like, that's what's cool.
Collie Buds did this like image where like he turned his face into like a monkey.
Yes.
Right. And that monkey just sold for like $60,000. That fucking photo of a monkey.
The face. Chimp thing. What the fuck? It's not the one.
Now, mind you, and I don't want to talk about this shit for the next 10 minutes, but mind you, there's like 900 versions of this monkey. Right. So 900 people own the monkey face. Collie Buds, I assume, owns one of them. Yes. But one of the 900 monkeys, maybe because of the type of hat that the monkey was wearing, sold for $60,000. Unfucking believable, dude. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna you know, as a photographer, Gary Vee's like, photographers are next to make millions. I'm thinking like I turned my 2009 Slightly Stoopid Snoop Dogg photos that nobody's got that shit except me.
Boom.
I'll turn that shit into an NFT, and hopefully some billionaire from Dubai gives me like $5 billion.
I don't know if these are Collie Buds. I don't think these are Collie Buds.
That's in the middle.
In the middle, we got that's
first one.
Wait a second, that's Collie Buds? I've seen that around.
That one image is Collie Buds. He doesn't own every monkey. He only owns that one Collie Buds monkey.
Okay, I see. So it's the Collie Buds monkey.
Now listen,
version of that. Okay,
I could be wrong. Like, if Collie Buds sees this, maybe he'll be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But from what I know is that gold jacket is what Collie Buds wears, and that green hat is, so that's like Collie Buds as a monkey.
Gotcha, and it's the apes. It's a variation of Ape Strong, I
It's a
think.
variation of the
Thing.
900 monkeys.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay, so I get it now. Yeah, no, I think it would be awesome if you got into that shit, man. I mean, like it makes sense, because that's like the next step. And what's interesting about NFTs is that once you buy the image, it's almost like, I guess it's how you set it up as well, but you get licensed that image. You get to use that image how you see fit even, but I don't know if that's something that you can work into the blockchain if you don't want them to use that image for a certain thing. But it's almost like you buy the rights to it. The same thing with songs and mp3s and stuff. You can sell a song as an mp3 and or as an NFT, and someone could buy it and they can license it and do whatever they want with it because they own it and they bought that specific thing. And I thought that was such an interesting expansion of buying music or buying art. You know what I mean?
It's great. I just feel like with me, like, did you ever watch The Big Lebowski?
Of course. Yes, it's classic,
So,
baby.
so the
Oh,
thing
shit.
is, like, I did heavy research on this film, and like I've seen it over 1,000 times. But long story short, it's literally like Buddhism. It's the Buddha. So like, you got this bum dude who just like smokes weed and like, um, nothing bothers him. Like he'll crash his car, his apartment gets broken into, and like they pee on his rug. Like he never gets depressed and he never gets suicidal because at the end of the day, possessions are nothing, right? So it goes back to he's holding his nirvana, he's holding his chi. So it's like if you look at it from Buddhist point of view, opening scene, two people break into his house, they fucking crack his the tile in his bathroom. Instead of being like, yo, that's gonna cost me $500 to fix, they stole my rug. He's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get another rug. So, and he crashes his car, fuck it. Like, so that's the thing with me. It's like I want to keep this like chi where it's like, dude, I'm dealing with like kids, like fuck you, I didn't do my homework, and I'm dealing with principals, I'm dealing with managers or bands, and it's like all I want to do is be on like a positive vibe. So all I need is my fucking green tea. All I need is a little sun in my face in a fucking parking lot. All I gotta do is mail out a few packages to make people happy with the shirts they got. So that shit is kind of like Lebowski style. And why am I bringing it up? I feel like the only conflict with the NFT thing is that shit takes away from my chi. Like I'm gonna be all like concerned about money and like I make a good living, man. Like I mean, it's good to like make your million, but it's like I don't want to sit there for hours going through my photos like how much, oh, I made $5 here, I made $10 here. It's like I rather just fucking throw the shit out there and like check back in like 5 weeks and like, oh, I made 60 grand. All right, cool. Because it takes away from my like
I
zen.
see what you're
And like
saying. Yeah, because you're gonna be constantly being like, "Well, how's it doing?" Right? Like, is that?
I hate that shit,
Me
man. Like
too.
who
Me
wants
too.
to be, some people love it though. Some
Right.
people like, yo, I'm a stock guy, look at my stocks. It's like, fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, I don't care about your stocks, bro. But I mean, but if it's
And I'm
making
not
you
putting them
millions,
down. I have
no,
friends who
of
do that
course,
too.
because we want the money too, right? Like we're interested. But it's like, yeah, I feel you. Someone who measures their worth on their stock portfolio is fucking an idiot. So, and that's fine. Let them live their lives.
It's just not me. Like
It's not
I'm
you.
not gonna give you feelings about it. It's just not something I want to accomplish.
I'll give you guys
For
feelings
example,
about it.
for example, next week I'm going to Austin, Texas, right,
I
to do a
love
video
Austin.
for this band, Audic Empire. And
Nice.
it's like instead of being like, "Yo, I'm the fucking man," I'm like filming this video. I'm looking at it like, "Holy shit!" I'm so grateful to like I'm going to Austin.
Yeah.
So like I told the dude Ronnie, who's the singer of the band, I'm like, we'll film your video, but we got to hit the strip, dude. Like I want to check out like the main strip of Austin.
Yeah, man.
I want to meet the people. And it's like that shit is what motivates my life, like traveling
Yeah,
and
man.
meeting new people
Go check out the
rather than
Flamingo, man. You're probably familiar with the Flamingo Cantina, but like, go check it out. It's a reggae bar on Six.
Stubbs. I've been to Stubbs before.
Stubbs is dope. Yeah, Stubbs. Yeah, and that famous the first Modest Yahoo album, fucking at Stubbs in Austin.
Yeah, he blew up in Brooklyn actually. I knew him when he was like a Hasidic Jew. And
That's tight.
I met him in 2005 when he played with Buju Banton in Queens, New York.
Nice.
He was like the only white dude on stage. He was all Jamaican. You gotta understand, in Jamaica, Queens, it's like big Caribbean culture. And they're like, up next, Matt is Yahoo. And he comes out, this white dude, full like Hasidic outfit, and everyone's kind of giggling. And this dude just starts fucking beatboxing like, yo, I wish I filmed that shit. Like people were going insane.
Oh yeah.
And right away I'm like, this dude's like, we were all like, this guy's gonna fucking blow up.
Yeah, man.
And then he changed his whole image, man. He turned into like the Dirty Heads.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Like,
yeah, the last time I saw him, I was playing a festival in San Diego. It was Oyster Fest or some shit. I don't know. He was walking around.
Fest.
What is it?
I don't
know. No, it was like 2016 or something. And he's walking around in like he's in a straight up Canadian tuxedo, walking around with his sunglasses on and shit. I was just like, damn, you've changed so much. I still respect him. I still respect him as an artist.
Well, this is what I'm saying. You got to change with the territory. Like, what makes you still relevant? Like him dressing up like a Hasidic Jewish guy, is that gonna be relevant after 15, 20 years?
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, so he changed and he's still fucking relevant.
Yeah.
So without giving you feelings on it, like it's pretty smart business wise. Like this guy's crushing it. I actually hung out with him in Vegas at the Rise Up Vegas. It was me, him, and Angelo Fishbone.
Sweet.
And we were talking Brooklyn. I'm like, I told him that story. I'm like, yo, dude, remember you and Buju back in 2005? And he was just like blown away.
Nice.
Like, cool.
Hell yeah. You gotta love that. Just sort of wrapping up the conversation here, because I know you got stuff to do. Like I noticed something that you talk a lot about authenticity a lot, and even on your Instagram, it says authentic, next to a camera. So I mean, what is authentic to you then?
Being yourself. Like if you're a fucking nerd, like be a nerd. If you're a fucking camera person, be a camera person. Like don't do the shit because you're trying to fit in or be part of a scene, man. And I mean, listen, this comes with the territory of like anything. There's a lot of fraudulent people out there dealing with the entertainment industry. And I feel like my stance or what my spiel or gimmick is, like, take me for who I am. Like, I don't need to be whatever your vision is. Like, I am me. I'm a fucking teacher, camera guy from New York. If you don't like that, you don't got to work with me. And if you do, the irony is I get a lot more work from Cali people than I do in New York. Because they like the attitude.
They like the rawness. Because it's so funny though, when you hang out in these different on opposite coasts, they're always like, I love the other one. You know what I mean? Although I do notice that Cali people really love being in Cali, so there's something to be said about that. But like every time I'm in New York and like when I was from San Diego, when I was living there, it's like, oh man, I wish I lived in San Diego because the fucking sun, and because New York, the sun. I just feel like people who are from like the East Coast or Midwest that don't get that sunlight, that vibe, that laid back ocean vibe, they just love it when they go out there. They're hooked on it because you grow up in the gray, like we basically in a monocloud for 9 months out of the year. So it's like you go out there, you see this explosion of color and light and brilliance, and you're just like, what in the fuck is going on? And then, of course, on the other side, it's West Coast. They're like New York City, bright lights, people, and hustle and bustle. Yep, attitude. So.
I just feel like if I move out to Cali, nothing will get done. I'll just get rid of it.
I feel you, dude. I've gotten more done since being secluded away in the Midwest than I ever did in California.
Imagine if I woke up right now on the beach, I'd probably just be like, yo, dude, push the podcast back 2 weeks because I'm on the beach.
I'm on the beach, bitch.
I got like cute girls around me. Like, who needs, But here it's like, yo, let's do it. Yeah, I'm multitasking. I'm mailing my shit out. I'm drinking green tea. I'm doing a podcast.
I appreciate that too, man. I'm going to the city, motherfucker. I got things to do. No, I really do appreciate that.
Very grateful, man.
Well,
for being able to do this, man. And a lot of opportunities coming,
Yeah. So please, real quickly, what do you got going? We didn't really cover the short film you got going. I
got a few minutes.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So I just decided after doing like 100 or something videos over the past 10 years, like I don't want to be like 60, 70 years old just being a music video director. That you got to change. You got to evolution. So like a good goal to have. I'm not saying I am. I'm saying a good goal to have is I want to be the next Quentin Tarantino. I think that would be cool.
Hey, I love Quentin.
So I want to make some cool fucking movies, man. And like, no one in the reggae scene is doing a fucking movie with reggae people. So it's like, fuck it. I'm putting all our heroes in a fucking movie. And like, it's not even about whether it's going to be a blockbuster or not. It's going to be a fucking cult classic. Like, yo, did you see that movie with Fishbone? Like,
Yeah.
Acting like a guy. Like, it's going to be a cult classic. And then on to the next. And I want to put out these short films, and eventually in 10 years, in my 50s, I want to do like a real Hollywood style movie. Like, look at the 10 films I've done. You can see I can produce. Give me $1 million and let's do something.
Yeah. So filmmaking, like straight up long form filmmaking is what you want to do.
That's my end goal. Like, when I die, I want to be known as like a commercial filmmaker, like a Quentin or a Scorsese, because I feel like my shit's different from like a lot of people in this particular scene. And I think I could push that out commercially, into the country, if not the world.
Do you have movie ideas? Do you come at it as a writer, or do you just come at it strictly as a director, like looking for a script?
Writer, director. I got like crazy ideas that are very original.
Oh, nice.
And I feel like even in some of my videos, like I've done shit where, like I said, people are like start biting, and it's like, maybe it's not as humble to be like, haha, I did that first. So I kind of stopped doing that shit. but the older I get, the more I realize, like, I'm just going to shut the fuck up. People know what's up.
Yeah. What was it? What do they say? A true gangster doesn't need to let everybody know that they're gangsters. Fuck.
Real
right?
gangsters move in silence.
There
man.
You go. That's it. I'm just so not hip hop. I shit all over lyrics constantly. It's not that
Real
I'm
gangsters move in silence.
That's right.
Oh, you were referencing probably Biggie. Like he said it differently, or Jay-Z, but real gangsters move in silence. Just shut the fuck up. Do what you got to do.
For sure, man. For sure.
Handle shit internally.
Yeah. I feel that.
There's this one dude, like, he's like a Sublime fanatic, and it's just the weirdest thing. Like, every time I do something like Sublime based, like, the guy will go chirping on the internet. And it's like, even with this last video I did for Roz, it's like all I did was fly out and do a video. So he posts like one of my stickers, and like half of it was like ripped off. And he's like, but he wouldn't mention what he's mad about. It's like people under, oh yeah, fuck that. And it's like, yo, like, sorry for filming a video, like, whatever, dude.
Fucking
all right, bro.
Yeah, no, people are tripping, but you know what they say, if you don't have a troll, you're not doing it right. So, hey, you gotta have haters, man. You gotta have a hater. That's how you know that you found success.
I'm just, it's about loving what you do, man. Like, if I can wake up every day and keep doing what I love, it's like, I'm good.
Yeah, man. I feel that. Well,
I don't give a fuck how many people like it.
There you go.
I don't give a fuck.
That's
I don't care, dude.
Yeah, man. I love that you come from the fuck you, I won't do what you tell me generation. You know what I mean?
Rage. Fuck you.
I love that, and I feel like that's lost on this new generation. I feel like
punk rock, man. That's real punk rock.
I feel like it's fuck you, tell me what to do now. I don't know, but fuck feelings, right?
It's more like, hey guys, is this good? Oh, it didn't get 100 likes. I'm gonna delete this now.
Is everybody okay?
Hey guys, did you like what I just did there? Like, please write that you liked it, please. Like, yo, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like the Gary Dredd video, like, I like it.
Yeah.
The band likes it. Like, I don't give a fuck if you don't like it.
Yeah, man.
Whatever, sure. Dude.
Yeah, man.
But yo, I shouldn't say that too much, because then, that Jeff guy, he's fuck him.
No, man, there's nothing wrong with being proud of your work, and that's the truth. And like, if you don't respect your work, if you don't love it, and if you're not proud of it, then no one else will. So I respect the fuck out of that. You're like, you stand by what you do.
I just don't understand the whole, like, you do your art as a release. I don't understand the whole, like, here's my art, like, please approve my art. Like, no. Like, stop.
Yeah. Art is something you have to do, not something that you do for clout. It's like it's a disease.
Okay, there you go. You said clout chasing, and I think that's what this generation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of clout chasers, a lot of clout demons out there.
Yeah.
And it's like, authentic, going back to the authentic is the opposite of the clout. Like when you're OG and you're authentic, like it's kind of like having a fucking, in a video game, having like a force field or a shield. It's like, yo, clout chasers never win because you're always relying on people to give you approval.
Yeah.
Like, you know how many videos like I've had like famous bands are like, we don't approve this video. And if like what if I said like, okay, you're right. Like, no, there's like an internal, like, what do you mean you don't fucking like it? Like, you know, like, and listen, like a band like Fortunate Youth, those are my brothers. Like, I know me and Greg and Jared, we were in a group text for the last video with Al Barosi. We were going back and forth creatively for like 2 months. Like they were like busting my fucking balls. Like, yo, this one scene, take it out. Like, we don't like the coconuts. I'm like, what do you mean you don't like the fucking Jamaican coconuts? And fucking, I'm like, that's cool. They're like, take the coconuts out, dude. And we were like, yo, it got bad. I was like, fuck you. And they're like, fuck you. And then at that, it's like, I love you. And then I took out, I'm like, you know what? I'll take out the fucking coconuts, man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe the coconuts ain't worth all the fuck yous, bro.
They weren't right, but I took it out because I'm like, let's just get this video out.
They were wrong, but I did what they asked of me.
It's all creative. Listen, as a filmmaker, it's like you see it one way, but as a band, it's like we don't want to be portrayed like this. So it's like it's like a scale. You got to weigh your fucking shit. Yeah. And like same thing with Slightly Stoopid. Like I've had creative back and forth with them, and you know, you got to respect it. At the end of the day, you can't be like, fuck that guy, feelings. You got to be like, all right, they see it from a different perspective. And at the end of the day, it's their likeness, and you gotta really make sure they're happy at the end. So
yeah, it's true. It's true, man. Yeah, I get the same way, man. I get super defensive, like, especially when it comes to editing, because I do editing, you know, freelance and shooting and stuff. And I'm just like, what do you mean? That is a beautiful scene. Fuck you. You're an idiot. But, you know, you can't say that. And you just
I don't do that. Yeah.
You don't say that. You just
internalize
it and just be like, okay, what would you like instead? Fuck you. but
that's what you do. That's what you do. You go like, what do you want instead? Mm-hmm. Like, what do you want instead? Like, how do we?
Obviously, your eye's better than mine, so go ahead. You direct the fucking film. You get.
Well, yeah, you got to do keywords. You got to do like, you know, I hear. It's like teaching almost. Yeah. We learn this in a PD class, a professional development class. Like if students like upset, right? You don't like fight with them. Like, stop yelling, sit down. Right. You go. I see that you're upset. And I see, because I asked you to read this page, that you're upset. What can we do? So you got to do that with adults too. You got to say like, all right, I see that you're upset about this one video clip. Like, what can we do to make it better? Yeah. And it's like, you got to use these strategies, life skills. That's true. And I've been applying them for the past couple of years. Listen, man, 6-7 years ago, I was doing exactly what you're saying. I was like, fuck you, motherfucker. And like, you know, by the way I was reacting caused some tension. Yeah. So like now it's like, listen, here's my fucking resume. Like, you see what I can do. What can we do to put out a fucking classic? And as a filmmaker, as an artist, you want to inspire other people. Like, you want to tell them like with Gary Dredd and Rick Hayes, it's like, yo, we're putting out a fucking banger. This is before the video even came out. Like, they even saw any of the footage. I'm like, who's that dude in the middle? That's kind of weird.
Oh, yeah, that's sorry, that's me. You're fucking being weird.
Oh, it's you?
Yeah.
No, it's all good. But like at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you want to inspire. It's like, we're gonna put out this classic. And like, we put it out, like the shit got on Reggaeville, which is like a huge, you don't just get on Reggaeville.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, like they want the video. So they took the video and they put it out. So I'm very appreciative for that.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like fun. It's fun working with Gary and Rick. Like, they're like brothers, man. It's like, we filmed another video for New Year's Eve, and I'm gonna chop something up, and I'm sure they're fucking gonna tell me what they don't like, and we'll have a little battle. And then but it's cool. This past video we did like black and white. We were at this girl's house, Mama D. That's another friend that I just made. Mama D. She's got like she's in Merritt Island near Cocoa Beach, Florida. She's got a boat. So we did this like palm tree like island, like Gilligan's Island video. So you imagine these two dudes dressed in all black in like 80-degree weather, like Gary and Rick are literally all black, gold chains, hip hop reggae style, and I got my shirt off because I don't give a fuck. I'm filming.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be cool. It's like black and white. We got palm trees, very like Calvin Klein commercial type of style.
Yeah. That's
You know,
that's awesome, man. I love that so much, man. I love that you're pursuing your dreams like that, and that you're able to, like you said, you're able, like at this point in your career sort of has legs of its own. You still have to water it and take care of it, but it has legs of its own, and you're able to sort of feed off that. And I think that's so beautiful. And again, I've been
thanks.
following. I didn't never knew who you were, but I've known your brand since I've lived in California, basically. So
Sick.
like, it's been an interest. It's just very interesting that I've had this relationship with your art for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to talk to you and sort of bring it all full circle, man. So
Likewise, man.
Jeff, I really appreciate your time, my friend. You have a great
Yes,
rest of your
sir.
day, and we're gonna actually watch the Rokaz video again. That Jeff here was the producer, and I'm sorry, the videographer. Were you a producer too? Can we say you were a producer as well?
Of course, yeah. I produce all my shit, man.
There you go. So producer, director, and videographer, the whole shebang. So we're gonna let Jeff go and finish his day, and we're gonna hit the video, and I'm gonna go pee, and then we'll come back and we'll and we'll chat up a little bit more. And hi, Marianne. Thank you for being here. Enjoy this video, and Jeff, you have a great rest of your day, my friend.
You too.
All right,
Peace
brother.
out. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.
All right, there's Jeff right there, and we're gonna head over to the video because I didn't have that down at all. So here we go, guys. Enjoy the video. This is by the Rokaz, featuring some of the fellas from the movement, and this is Jeff's work here.